Hey, so in this video I show you how to make a paprikawurst, which is basically a cold cut with peppers. First of all, on the meat side, we need some pork meat, pork back fat, and then some beef. If you want to do it pork only, that also works. Just exchange the beef with pork meat and that also works out. Then we need some pickled peppers. Just make sure you squeeze them out because otherwise it will be too watery later on. And if you want a bit of heat, you can also use hot peppers, also works well. Then we also need some water for the mixing process later. And for the spices, we need some salt and cure, some cutter phosphates and white pepper. And here I have a mixture of ginger, onion powder, mace, garlic powder, and some coriander seeds. And that's it. I would say let's start with the process. First of all, we need to cut the meat and fat into cubes or strips. Just make sure they fit your meat grinder later on. And as you can see, just store the lean meat and the fat a bit different so we can also grind it differently. This helps later with the mixing process. Then put it in the freezer to make the grinding easier. For grinding then, I'm using the smallest perforated disc. This again makes the mixing process easier. And then grind it through once. And as I said before, here you can see I do first the fat and then afterwards the lean meat. It doesn't need to be 100%, but yeah, just make sure you split it. Then for the mixing process, put the lean meat into a kitchen mixer or like a bowl chopper like I have here. Add all the salt, the spices, the cutter phosphates, and start the mixing process. And then add the cold water and let it mix into a really fine paste. And then you can add the fat and mix it again. Just make sure that you always measure the temperature. Shouldn't be above 12 degrees Celsius, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Then you also add the peppers, and depending on how chunky or fine you want them, you can stop it earlier or later. And then for filling, either use artificial casings or you can fill the sausage mass into jars like I do here. If you want to store it for a longer time, jars are recommended because in the artificial casings it will only last like a week. The next step then is to cook the jars at 100 degrees Celsius for 2 hours, and if you use artificial casings then 75 degrees Celsius and 1 minute per each millimeter of casing. And there you have it, the final sausage cooled down out of the jar. As you can see, it has nice sprinkles of peppers in it, and taste-wise it has this nice sweetness, but also savoriness and a bit of hot because of the pepper. Yeah, I can totally recommend. As always, the full recipe can be found below. If you like this video, then please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.